We're all Wednesday, aren't we? Yeah, I know loads of people will be going, no, I'm not, if they were watching this video. But to my half of the city of Sheffield, we are. And yesterday was a good day. And surrounding areas. And countries. I think we've got quite a big fan base, Sheffield Wednesday. Yesterday was, for me, proof of that. Because there was, including the West Brom fans, who were great, by the way. I like West Brom. There were 33,750 of us who packed Hillsborough Stadium out to watch a not very good game of football. And it was the first home win of the season for Sheffield Wednesday. Sorry, just kick the camera. And we managed to finish on 0 points. Wow. What a season. What a terrible season for us. I'm not going to bang on too much about the ins and outs, because if I'm completely honest, I don't know a massive amount of what's gone off behind the scenes. But basically, we've had an owner who pumped vast amounts of money into the club, but in the wrong areas, and with just, I think really, I don't know, because I don't know the man, I never met the man, never will meet him, but he spent a lot of money on the club, and I think he was advised badly, and from what I can make out, he liked his own way. So if he thought it were good, that's the way it went. And he's driven the club into the ground, basically. And yesterday, we had the new owners come onto the pitch and tell us that the club's going back to the fans, which is what pretty much every Wednesday night wanted. It's the first game I've been to for a long time. I've stayed away. Several reasons. But I wanted to go to, I like to try and make, now I've moved away from Hillsborough, it's not as easy, away from Sheffield. It's not as easy, it's a full day for me now, which is fine. I can't do it every week or every other week. I just can't. For one, I can't really afford it. And I've got just too many things on. So I try to make a couple of games a season, at least. More if I can. I like to go to the last games of the season, because they're usually the best, some of the best atmospheres. Yesterday was top notch. It was so nice. The weather was great. It was an early kickoff, 12:30 kickoff. The ground was packed, and it was a Honolulu Wednesday day where all fans, or pretty much everybody, dresses up. Apart from me, I didn't dress up, and quite a few people didn't, but lots of fans did, in Hawaiian stuff, grass skirt. I saw all sorts. And the new owners are American, so there were a load of Star Spangled Banners kicking about, which were great. And they came onto the pitch just before the game, and Mr. Stoach had a word with the fans. And it was nice. It was really good. He's saying all the right things. He's listening to the fans. He's got his old badge back, which to some people might not matter. I mean, to be honest, I'd rather have the old badge in a really good team. But sorry, the badge that Mr. Chancery brought in, I'd rather keep that and have a really good team. But I do like our old badge. It's iconic, and talking to lots of different fans from all over the country, they all know that badge, and a lot of them agree that we should have it. So he's come on and said some stuff to chants of USA, USA, which was just weird. You don't know, you don't normally hear that at a Wednesday game, and it was good. It was good, and the best bit about it, I took the little one with me. It was his first game, and I was a bit apprehensive about taking him. He's only 3.5, and he doesn't understand football. He doesn't know what it's about. Certainly never been. We don't watch that much. I don't watch that much sport on telly anymore, so we don't really watch football. I mean, he knows what it is, but we drove to Sheffield, and he fell asleep on the way. And then I parked up where I used to live. It was about half an hour away from football ground. And then we walked through Hillsborough and met my mate and his son, Phil and Tom, in Hillsborough Park. And I know what Eric's like. He's fantastic, but he can be quite shy when he meets people. And I'd carried him on my shoulder. I were going to walk to the ground with him pretty much as far as I could, but we needed to get a move on, so I had to stick him on my shoulders. And we met Phil and Tom in Hillsborough Park, and Phil asked me if I wanted him to carry Eric for a bit, because he could see I was quite tired, and I was like, yeah, fine. I'm just a bit worried what Eric would do. No problem. Straight on Phil's shoulders. And that's it was just a fantastic afternoon. I don't see Phil and Thomas that much. Very rarely, other than at football. So it's always nice to catch up with them too. And I was so pleased that Eric, he just took to Phil. He just took, and Phil's just a top man. He's just a lovely bloke all round. And to be fair, he took a shine to Eric. I've got some photos and some videos. I don't know if I can include videos, because I'm not sure there's music on them and stuff. I suppose I could perhaps mute the sound on them, couldn't I, somehow? But it was just such a fantastic afternoon. And for him to go, I've taken daughter half a dozen times, and she's never seen Wednesday win. He goes on his first time, and we win 2-1. We were winning 2-0. And he's singing Wednesday songs. He picked one of the songs up all on his own. I've taught him a few. And he picked the Wednesday are massive. So, so Guppy, he sang that all on his own when we'd got back home. I was so proud of him. And some little lads. It was a fun day because there were beach balls, balloons, pardon me, fancy dress, bananas, inflatable stuff everywhere. It was so good. And at half time, we sat down, and the bunch of young, well, little lads, really. I don't know how old. I don't know. I don't know how old they were. They weren't teenagers, but not quite far off. And I thought they wanted to come past where we were sat, and he didn't. He wanted to give this big blow up banana to Eric, and Eric just loved it. He just loved it. Phil were messing about, hitting him with banana, and it was just a terrific afternoon. I just had such a good time, and he did fantastically well, because it can be quite intimidating, going into. And we sat on North Stand. I mean, every stand was full, apart from away end. The away fans had only been, I think they brought as many fans as seats that had been allocated. So we could have possibly had more fans if West Brom had been allowed more. It's down to safety, isn't it, again? Don't really understand why, but there you go. They were a great set of fans. It was just an all-round fantastic day, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I hope now that we go on to bigger and better things, because we've been relegated. After all that, we got relegated playing our rivals, I think in February, Sheffield United. They beat us, can't remember the score. But when we lost that game, we were relegated. I think we've won 2 games all season, 1 away, 1 at home. It just really bad, really bad. I just hope that the new owners realise how much money they're going to need to spend on us, because the ground needs a lot of work. Everything needs work. Everything needs work. It's a mammoth task that they've taken on, and I just hope that they can do it. I really do. I really do. I really do. So next season we're playing in League One, which, for anybody who's not familiar with the league systems, basically means the 3rd division. So in England, we have the Premier League, which was League One normally. Then we have Championship, which was League Two. Then we have League One, which is League Three. And then we have League Two, which is League Four. It used to be a lot easier saying League One, League Two, League Three, League Four, but there you go. Sky comes in and changes it all 25 years ago, possibly, maybe a bit more. But yeah, it was great. It was a day to remember, actually, and I hope Littleton remembers it. Probably won't, but I can show him photographs. So he's got to come to more matches if that's how it works. If we win when he comes, I've definitely got to take him to a few more matches, and I will. I'll take him next season when we're playing League One football. I'm quite it was just a nice day. I just really pleased. And I didn't know how Eric were going to go, spending all that time with me on my own. And he was fine. He was fine. We went up to a place called Redmeyer's afterwards to have I've gone to the shop, bought a drink. On his way home, called into Redmeyer's, went and took him up there. I didn't really want the day to end, if I'm honest. I knew I'd got to go home. And had a sit down, and he's just such a good little boy. He just makes me smile. And to be fair, the way he's growing, I'm not going to have much more chance of being able to carry him on my shoulders all that way. And where we were stood right at the back of the north stand at the top, and right next to the roof. So there's not. I was worried. I couldn't jump up when, if and when we scored. So I had to be careful about that. I was to bang his head on the ceiling, on the roof. Yeah, fantastic day. I'm feeling a lot better now. I've still got whatever bug I've had. I can't seem to shake it properly. Doctors call it a viral illness. I think that's what they were saying, which is their standard thing, it appears these days. But I do feel a lot better now. I haven't made a video, I don't know, over a week. The last video I did genuinely feel quite a lot better. But then it came back on again. And I've just not had enough energy and stuff to be making videos. Been working with my mate Aid at work, and he's a character, and I genuinely like working with him. I like his opinion, even though we don't agree on lots of stuff. He's very pro-Trump, for example, and that I'm definitely not pro-Trump. But it doesn't matter, does it? You can talk to each other about stuff, and we've got lots of stuff in common. It's amazing. And he's just an interesting bloke, and we have a laugh and get work done, which is great. He sent me a couple of videos. Now, one was about, and I bought the book from it. I cannot remember the name of the book, or I can't remember anything. The chap who was talking on the video, I believe, is an ex-Navy SEAL. And he's talking about the most decorated Marine in history's son, somebody junior, and about his life. And I think I've watched it 2 or 3 times. Like I said to Aid, sometimes we are very similar to America, and then sometimes we're miles apart. Americans, in my opinion, just tend, or from what I've observed and seen, just have a different way of thinking about things, a very positive nature and a can-do sort of attitude. We're not like that in Britain. And this video was just explaining about this chap's life, and it was interesting. It was really good. what I've taken away from it is, I think what the Navy SEAL chap were trying to say is, you've got to be all in on things, and whether that's all in to do something, or conversely, all out and forget about things and accept things. And I think that's what I got from it. And talking to Wade, I think he sort of agrees. And I talked to him about Americans and Brits being different, and he agrees, and he says, "Oh, I love Americans." I think most British people like Americans. You're going to get people who don't, but that's just out. Not everybody likes everybody, but the vast majority of Brits do like Americans. Don't think they like the American leaders. In fact, pretty sure most Brits probably detest Trump, just for what he's doing. But they like American people themselves. I got from it that you have to let things go and don't keep hold of them. And I will try and link the video in the description. It just made me think quite a bit. And then he sent me the day after we were working together, and he were talking about Arnie, and he sent me a link to this speech, motivational speech that Arnold Schwarzenegger was giving. And I think I've seen bits of it before, and I think he mentioned bits in his Netflix documentary that I watched and enjoyed. And there were several, and it's something I certainly need to watch it again. It's only about 20 minutes long, but it's definitely worth a watch. And there's several things in it that I've taken away. The main one, for me anyway, that springs to mind is, he was saying he doesn't like it when people say they ain't got enough time to do something, like exercise, read a book, study, various things. He said, and he broke the 24 hours down into so many hours, and it was quite idealist, like simplistic and idealistic. And some people possibly don't have a massive amount of time every day, and I know I'm fortunate that I do, even though I've got a lot to do when I get home and you're out working. But finding time to do things, I've got to find time to do this. I haven't got to, but I find time to make videos, and I'm going to carry on finding time to make videos. But what he said, and I'll butcher this and not do it properly, and I'll link on his YouTube video in the description, that if you studied something for 1 hour every day for a year, that'd be 365 hours of studying that you've done just in 1 year. And just that, it sounds, well, it's obvious, isn't it? Yeah, but then you think about that, and it's 365 hours of study on one thing, you would be pretty good at it. And I just thought about that doing like YouTube. Not that I've been making videos for an hour every day or doing whatever, but just doing bits every day. And even if I didn't do an hour, if I did half an hour every day, that's 180 hours a year that I've put in to doing something. Oh, and what else he was saying is that you have to have a goal in life, basically, and then you can work towards it. And I've talked about this before, where I've just meandered through life, and he were talking about this, and you just don't have any direction. You don't, and you're not always. Some people, that's fine, but I think most of us need some direction and need to know where we're going, or have an idea of where we're going. And then you can work towards improving that. And that's the way that I'm going to try and look at things. I'm not a massive believer in fate and coincidence. What's the other one? Oh, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But sometimes I do think, were I meant to just have them couple of chats with Adriano, and it jogged his memory into thinking about these videos that he'd seen, and he passed them on to me. Because if I'm not, and I don't have to work with Adriano, I choose to, because if I could be doing other stuff at work. I could go and find other stuff to do, but I enjoy working with him. And I don't know, sometimes I think life points you in directions, doesn't it? And I've never really understood this. I've never really got my head round whether this is true or not. That there's something behind the scenes pulling the strings and sort of like pointing you in that direction. Or is it just coincidence? I don't know. But I do think that there was something in that, our conversations, just to get me to think about things differently again. And to not worry about things, to have a goal, to work towards something. Definitely got to realise that this YouTube thing is going to take me years. I've over the past couple of months, I have realised that this is going to get where I want to get, is going to take years. But I've just got to keep going. I haven't even checked my videos, and pretty much there'll be no views. Which is disheartening. It is, but would I want to watch my videos keep out? I know I asked this in lots of videos. Probably not. But me doing it, I'm just getting more used. I'm just getting used to talking to the camera more. And I am definitely more relaxed now. I don't worry about it. All this is just practice, isn't it? That's the way I see it. And it's doing me half an hour or an hour a day towards my goal. And if I do want to retire from work at 55. I've got to work towards it, haven't I? I've got to be moving forward. I can keep wishing that I'll win lottery, which I'd love to do. But chances of that are very, very slim, aren't they? So I need something to work towards. And I'm going to just keep doing it. I'm going to keep going forward. Step by step, just making them little incremental steps going forward. And even if I'm not going forward, even if I'm just where I am, it's better than not doing it. It is better than not doing it. And listening to somebody like Arnold talk, excuse me, and where he's come from, and I haven't got anywhere near the amount of motivation that man's got. But you could see he's either a really good actor, a really good liar, or he were being honest. And I like to believe it's the latter of the three. You could see it, that he meant what he was saying. They were just trying to impart, and he said something about like 3/4 of us don't like his jobs. I'd probably say it's probably more than that. Truly. I don't mind my job, but I don't want to be doing it for the rest of my life. I've got just a bit less than 20 years left. I don't know, by the time I'm eligible to retire, maybe the retirement age might have gone up to 70, I don't know. I don't want to be working another 20 years. Not doing what I'm doing. I don't want to do that. I said I want to spend more time at home, more time with my family, going on holidays, doing different things. And I just can't do that in a 9-to-5 job. In a 9-to-5 job that I'm doing at the moment just pays the bills, enables me to do various things, but that's it. And I want more from life. I definitely want more from life. I've just got to keep moving forward, working towards my goals, and believing in myself, I think. And I think that's a big difference between Americans and Brits as well. The Americans are definitely seem to be more self-confident and just have a more positive attitude towards life. And I think I need to do a bit more in that respect. Big myself up a little bit. Not bragging. I don't mean bragging. Just mentally in my own head, in here. My new job's definitely helping me feel better about myself. I relaxed quite a lot doing it. I do enjoy going to work now. For the past few weeks I've been going to work and I've not been very well at all. Some days I've been really quite poorly at work, but I've carried on. And if I was in my previous role, I just wouldn't have been at work. I would have taken the time off because the pressure that would have got from my manager just would have made things way worse. And in my new role, I don't have that. And I just enjoy being at work. I think I'm making a difference in the team. I like to think I'm bringing team a bit closer together. I'm good at doing that, I think. I'm good at talking to folks. Not the best listener. I do listen. And people can tell me stuff, and I do keep it to myself. I don't. One of the reasons I don't tell any other people is because most of the time I forget what people have told me. But I do like us all to work as one team and get on. I do like that, and I think that's what I brought to the team. And if people ask me to do something, I don't mind doing it. My supervisor asked me to do something. I don't moan about it. Just, yeah, of course I can. Get on with it. No, he's not taken the Michael with me. Everything that he's asked, he's just been spot on. Some people on team just moan a bit too much. I think they've done it for that long, they don't realise that they do it half the time. I'm trying not to be like that. I'm just trying to get on with things. And if people want help, I'll help them. And I am enjoying going back to work. I think I don't know, gone down the rabbit hole here. I don't even know where we're going with that. Yeah, there's a few things that's happened lately that seem to be giving me ideas. And I can't think of that word. I'm trying to think about it. It's not coincidence. It's, I don't know. I don't really believe in it anyway, because some people talk about, I was thinking about Fred the other day. Not seen him for years. Then he rings me up. I must have called him up. I must have. People look at them little things like that, but then forget about all the people that they've not seen for years that they're thinking about. Will never ring them up. So your mind works, the human brain works in weird ways sometimes. But I do think these couple of videos that Aid sent me have sort of, because he doesn't know that I'm doing YouTube. He's no idea. And I don't know where I'm going. I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, I just think sometimes that life points you in certain directions is the best way. It's really hard to describe, because I don't believe in fate totally, because if fate is true, if a little, you can't just have a little bit of fate. If something's meant to be, then all your life is planned out. You don't just have one little bit of it, because for that to happen, there must be something behind the scenes that's made it happen. And then whatever's behind the scenes that's made that little bit happen must be making everything else happen. So I don't necessarily believe in fate, but sometimes things just do point in certain directions. And I don't know if that's coincidence or what, but I'm going to go with it. It's a good thing for me. And if anybody does end up watching these videos, watch them. Certainly watch the Arnold one. Watch both clips. Clip one, with the Navy SEAL, might resonate a bit better with our American cousins rather than here. And if anybody does ever want to leave comments about it, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what Americans think about it, and anybody else from watching it. It might just be me that too daft and don't get what this bloke's saying. All right, I've rattled on for long enough. Don't know, crikey, 11:20. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hope everybody's okay. Hopefully get another video out soon. Still haven't done my garden time-lapse ones. Still got a lot of work to do. I'm hoping today is going to be a bit decent weather. I've still got a lot of stuff to get rid of in garden. I've just got a massive amount of work to do, and I'm still fretting about this summer house. There you go. Don't need to. Got to stay positive, Nige. Got to stay positive. So yeah, hope everybody's okay in YouTube land. We'll catch you on the next one.